Hi guys. Today is going to be an explainer video. So today I'm going to be explaining leg lifts. For leg lift, this is the pose. Leg lifts are basically where you are lying on your side, and what you are doing is you are simply lifting one leg and then lowering it. And then you're doing that for however long or however many reps of those you do. I don't know if your thing is yoga or Pilates or if those are even the same thing. I don't know. I'm so uneducated on fitness, and that's kind of the reason I started this whole thing. But when it comes to the pose, you're doing the leg thing. What this does is this can actually benefit you. The reason why this can be seen as exercise is because when you're doing this works mainly on your lower body. It does work on the abs a little bit, but it's mainly the lower body. So if you want a lower body workout, this is one of those poses where it's not too bad of an idea to look into, depending on what your goals are and whatnot. Basically, when you perform this pose, what it does is it stretches out the hips when you are legs open, and then when you are legs closed, you are actually stretching out your legs. Another thing that this does, doing that, especially for the people that actually do it properly and flip. I've actually seen a few people that don't. I wonder why. But for the people that do switch, they increase their motion range. This is actually something that a lot of people look into. For example, my husband is somebody that is into martial arts and whatnot. And so sometimes motion range is something that people look for. The main benefits, are, here's a list. The main benefits are it works on your glutes, your hips, your abs, your legs, and your thighs. Now, this mainly works on the inner thighs, but it does work a little bit on the outer thighs because you are giving it a little bit of an endurance to it. When it comes to the hips, as I said, you are stretching out the hips and you are increasing your motion range, and therefore your hips are going to, if you're a woman, you might see some wider hips. If you're a male, you might see that you're not having as much pain when you're sitting down. For those of you who don't really care about those kind of things, but you still want to work on your hips for a different reason, it actually works on if your hips are too tight. So if you're a runner or you have a sitting job or something like that. When it comes to the abs, your abs are kind of what's making you stable, and so therefore, given that it's making you stable, it is getting a little bit of an endurance as well, in a very similar fashion that the outer thighs are getting that little bit of endurance. With the legs, it's one of those things where you are stretching it out, and therefore you are actually making it to where you're going to have better stability. And then for some people, I've done a little bit of research, and some people actually say that when they introduce this and a few other similar leg workouts, they actually noticed that they gained a few inches of height. And I thought that was kind of weird. They might be younger, I don't really know. But that could be something to look into as well. But for the thighs, it's one of those things where, like I said, you're working out both the inner and the outer. The outer is getting less of a workout, but you are giving it that you are increasing your range of motion, and that's kind of where the outer thighs get their endurance from, is giving yourself that increase of motion. And then with the inner thighs, that is where you were getting the most stretch out of probably any part of your leg when doing this, when performing this pose. So, or, you know what I mean. But with the inner thighs, you're stretching it out a lot more, and so therefore you're going to be releasing a lot more tension, and you know, just in the pelvic area in general, really, that you're going to be relieving some tension with this exercise. And that was it for this one. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you for watching all the way through if you did. I know a lot of people don't, so thank you. Stay happy and stay healthy.